morning students, hope all of you are doing well. So in my last video I discussed about that how to find out the perimeter of a rectangle square and how to find out the area of a rectangle square. So those things I have discussed in my last video. Today, as I told you in the last video, today I will start to how to find out the area in a geoboard. Okay, so you see this is geoboard. So you see this dotted you see this dotted. So each of that, if you connect this four dot, then it will make a square. Okay, so how can you find out that area of a different geometrical shape of different types of geometrical shape on the geoboard by using a rubber bands of different color? Okay, so you see here, so these are actually the rubber band here, that rubber bands they used. So this is a geoboard. So you see the first step of the procedure is that for this actually you need a geoboard with rubber bands. So these are the rubber bands and this is a geoboard. So the first step of the procedure is to make different types of geometric shapes on the geoboard by using a rubber bands of different colors. So see here, so this is, you see, this is a one of the geometric shape. This is another one, and this is another one. So you see this is looks like a triangle, and this looks like a rectangle, and this is looks like a square. So without using any scale or anything, how can you find out the area? So there are many steps. Okay, so let's see what are the first step to find out the area of this geometric shape. So see here, for each geometric shapes, count the number of units squared involved. Count the area of each complete square as one square unit. So if you see this is, so if you connect this dot, then it will make a one square. So one square. So that area of this one square is 1 square centimeter. So here actually we are taking that unit, or you can just simply write down the unit, because we don't know it is a centimeter or meter. So it's better you write down it is a unit. So for area of that one complete square as 1 square unit. Okay, and that of each incomplete square we can take it as a half square unit. Add the number of squares thus counted in step 2 above to get the area required. So you see that as I told you, the shape, these are three geometric shapes. The first one I told you, this is a square, the shape is the square. This is a rectangle and this is a triangle. So how can you find out the area? So for this you have to count how many complete square are here. We know that one complete square, the area of the one complete square is 1 square unit. Okay, so we have to, so for find out the area of a square, so you have to count how many complete square are here. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 complete square, small square are here. That 9 complete small square make a big square. Okay, so you have to write down like this way. So the number of complete square equals to 9. So therefore the area of the square, it will be 9 square unit, because we know that one small complete small square equals to 1 square unit. Okay, so that the area of the square, so area of this whole square is equal to 9 square unit. So like this way you have to find out that how to find out this geometric shape. So see here, this shape looks like a rectangle. So here also you have to count how many complete square are here. So let's start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 complete square is here, so that you have to write down the number of complete square equals to 15. So the area of the rectangle equals to 15 square unit. Okay, because 15 square are here, so each square area is 1 square unit. So 15 square area, it will be 15 into 1 square unit, so it will be 15 square units. Okay, so you see here, in these two geometric shape, till now we didn't face any incomplete square. But you see, when you see this number third geometric shape, so the shape is a triangle. So here actually you have to deal with the complete square as well as incomplete square. So at first we for easy way, at first you find out how many complete square are here. So let's start counting how many complete square are here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So 12 complete square. Now you start counting how many incomplete square are here. So 1. So I'm putting the cross sign, then it will be easy for you. So it will not, you don't make any mistakes. So that's why I'm putting the cross sign. For complete square, I put a check mark, the right check mark sign, and here I'm putting the cross one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So 8 incomplete square. So as I told you, that for complete square, the area of that 12 complete square equals to 12 into 1 square unit. So it will be 12 square unit. But for half complete square, for incomplete square, we take the area of incomplete square will be half square unit. So 8, we count 8 incomplete square are there. So so how to write? 12 for complete square plus half of 8 square units. So it will be 12 plus 4 square units. So after addition you will get, it will be 16 square units. Okay. So like this way we can find out by using a square grid, or you can say that is a geoboard. By using a geoboard, we can find out that any geometrical shape, the area of the any geometrical shape. Okay. So let's the next part of this chapter is the estimating area. Okay. So estimating area means, you know that that is actually not that we will not get that accurate value. So it will be estimated value. Okay, means you have to guess. So we can estimate area without using any formula. So we don't use the formula, but without using formula, we have to find out the estimate area. So one way of doing this is to place a square grid over the area we wish to estimate. If we know the size of the squares, we can then count up to how many squares are filled by the area we wish to measure. Okay, so just like the same things, we have to, in simple way, you have to count the complete square. Okay, as we have seen through the lab activities discussed above, means we are talking about this, that for some shapes like rectangle and square, this method is easy to use and accurate. We would get the same answer for the area as we would get by using a formula. Okay, so use one thing is here. In these two shape, geometrical shape, this is a square, this is a rectangle. So for this case, if we do not use this geoboard, means here actually we are using the square grid and find out the area. But if you do not use that square grid, then also if you use that formula, so if it will be 3 and it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then also that answer will be the same. Okay, 15. Because you see here, this is a 3. So this is we consider as a breadth and this is the length. So it will be 3 square 3 unit, and here it will be 5 units. So 3 into 5, it will be 15 square unit. Here also you take 1, 2, 3, so it will be 3 unit, and you know that square in the each side are equal. So here actually we are how to find out that area of the square. So simply we know that side into side, so it will be 3 into 3, it will be 9 square unit. So by using a formula or without using a formula, the answer will be same. But that main things is that then how can you find out the triangle case? So however, for the other shapes like triangles, it becomes difficult to estimate the area accurately. Okay, because not only there are the all complete square, there are also in that shape there have that incomplete square. So that's why it is very difficult to estimate the area accurately. So because they do not fit perfectly into a square grid. Okay, because this triangle shape is not perfectly fit into a square grid, so that's why it is very difficult to estimate the area accurately. For such shapes, we can estimate the area by following certain rules. So what are the rules? The rules for estimating the area through square grids are as follows. Count the number of full square covered. So at first you have to count the full square. Fit the given figure into a square grid as best as it can. Okay. And next step is that count the number of half square. Two triangles make one square. You see here, two triangles make one square. So if you consider this one, so you see here in one square grid there have two triangles, 1 and 2. Okay. So this is actually the half square. If the part of the square is more than half, count at it as 1. So if any that when you draw the triangle, so if you see that triangle cross that more than half square, so then you have to count it 1. If the part of the square is less than half, exclude, that is do not count. Thus we can get an approximate area of the figure. Let us estimate the area of this shaded triangle through square grid. See here. First count the number of whole square that fit inside the triangle. So for this you have to count that how many whole square are there. So let's counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Okay, so 45 blocks that are completely inside the perimeter of the triangle. Next you have to count how many half square are there. So next count the number of half square that fit inside the triangle and divide the total by 2, because this is a half square, so you have to divide it by 2, means as it is the previous one, so half of that incomplete square. Okay, so let's start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 half square are here. So 10 divided by 2. So it will be 5 full whole square. So 10 half square equals to 5 whole square. Let's start add up above numbers of squares. So total how many full complete square and how many half square are there, you have to count at the end. So add up the above numbers of squares. So 45 plus 5, it will be 50 squares. So thus the required area. So if I ask you what is the area of this triangle, so the answer will be 50 square units, because one square, each side of the square are equal. So one square area is 1 square unit. So 50 square are here. So it will be 50 into 1 square unit. It will be 50 square units. So like this way you have to solve this question. Okay. So you see there's the problem set 8a. See the closed figures drawn on the square grid. So you see this is a square grid. So all are familiar with this picture, because you know the data handling chapter. I told you how to draw the square grid. So you see this is a square grid shown below. The first picture you see here, and see here that one of the nice table is also given in this question. Looking carefully at this grid, complete the following table. So here in this column the figure is given A, B, C, D. So 5 columns are here. That one of the column is the length, is asking about the length of this respective figure, and breadth, perimeter and area. So one by one you have to check this figure and you have to write down. Okay. So the first question is our figure A. So figure A is here. So length. So you, for this you have to start counting how many square grid, that complete square grid are here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So one thing I want to tell you student, length is always longer than the breadth. So you always, by using your eye adjustment, you always the longer side you choose as a length and the shorter one you choose as a breadth. Okay, so length it will be 8. So you write down here 8 units. Okay. So now you check that how much the breadth. So breadth is this way. So 1, 2, 3. So you have to write down breadth equals to 3 units. So as we know, the perimeter equals to, if you want to use the formula, otherwise you just count it and then write down. Okay. So that how much the perimeter? So we know that perimeter of a rectangle, because you see this shape it looks like a rectangle. So we use that formula to the perimeter of a rectangle. So 2 into length plus breadth. So it will be 2 into 8 plus 3. So it will be 8 plus 3 means is 11. So 2 into 11 equals to 22 units. Now how can we find out the area? So area of a rectangle equals to, you know, the length into breadth. So 8 into 3. So it will be 24 square units. Okay. So like this way you have to solve the rest of 3 figure. Okay. So hope student you understood how to solve this question. It is very easy. You please try it. Okay. Let's see the next question. So next question is that examine rectangles A, B, C given below. Calculate the perimeter and the area of each one. Complete the following table. Don't forget to write proper units with your answer in the table. So one thing, it is very important because it is already specified here, but that is you always keep in your mind that if you just only write down the numerical value, it doesn't mean anything. Okay. So whatever unit is there, you have to write down. Okay. Because without unit, it doesn't mean anything. Okay. So there, see this rectangle. So you see it is mentioned in your question, all shape are rectangle. So the figure 1A, that you see this dimension are given. So 7 meter and 6 meter. So he is asking about the perimeter. So simply you use the formula and do it. So perimeter of a rectangle equals to, we know that 2 into length plus breadth. So 2 into 7 plus 6. So it will be 2 into 13. So it will be 26 meter. Okay. Because you see that just 2 measurement is in meter. So you write down that unit is meter. So what will be the area? So area of a rectangle equals to, you know, the length into breadth. So simply you write down 7 into 6. So it will be 42 square meter. Okay. So like this way you have to solve rest of the 2 figure B and C. Okay. So no, one thing I want to tell you student, actually in question is given the examine the rectangles ABC and given below, but you see one thing. student, that C, this figure C is, this is not a rectangle. Okay, you see this shape is looks like a square. Okay, so for this you have to use that formula, that perimeter of a square, or area of a square, because you see that in square only that each side are equal. So when you solve this figure C, you keep in your mind. Okay, let's see that question number 3. So I want students, so this type of question previously I discussed, so please you do it by yourself. If you face any problem, then you ask me. Okay, now question number 4. Mrs. Anita wants to buy carpet for the hall shown below. So you see this dimension of the hall is given. So how much carpeting does she need to buy to cover the floor? So that she needs to buy the cover the whole floor. So you know that for this you have to find out the area. So when you get the area, then we can understand that she needs to buy that much carpet to cover it. Okay, so we find out the area because the dimension are given 14 meter and 10 meter, and you see this shape is looks like a rectangle. So you know that what is the area of a rectangle formula. So only you use it and put the values over there and you solve it, and then you will get the result. Now question number B, what will be the length of the border required to be fixed all around the carpet for maintaining it for a longer time? So you see this is asking about the border. See, border, so means is asking about actually the perimeter. So how can you find out the perimeter? Simple, this shape is a rectangle. So you use that only that perimeter of a rectangle formula and you solve it. Okay. Next question number 5. See, this is a square grid is given and that one of that shape is also given. You only just find out the area. So for this you know is just few minutes ago I discussed. At first you have to find out that complete square, then incomplete square, and then you count it how much total square are there, then you will get the result. Okay, like this way, same question number 6, question number 7, same type of question. So you please do it. Now question number 8. Mr. Sirajuddin and his wife want to paint the floor of their porch. The shaded part of the figure on the right shows the part of the floor that needs to be painted. So you see here, this is a floor. Only we expect this this part they wants to paint. Okay, so you just give the name. Okay, ABCD like this way. You please give the name like this way. See, I'm given already. I have given ABCD EFGH IJKL. So I break it into different parts. Okay, so see here student, question number 8. Wait a minute. See here. So area of the floor to be painted so is equal to the area of a rectangle ABCD plus area of rectangle EFGH plus area of rectangle EDJI and plus area of rectangle ACLK. So simply you put the values, you count that how many square are there, and then you find out the area. Okay, so like this way you can solve. And now next is that you have to find out the next part of the question is asking about what is the perimeter of unpainted portion, means this portion, this blank one. Okay, so you see this shape is looks like a square because that two small square is this side, two small square is this side, and two small square is this side, and two more small square is this side. So its shape is looks like a square. So you use that that formula, that 4 into 4 side are there, so 4 into side, then you will get the perimeter of the unpainted portion. Next, question number 9. A window frame in the shape of a rectangle is 90 centimeters long and 40 centimeters wide. You see here So the perimeter, how can you find out? So this is actually the length, this is the breadth. So we can use the formula of perimeter of a rectangle. So that is actually 2 into length plus breadth. So you put the values over there and you find out what is the perimeter of the window frame. Next, question number 10. A lid of a jewelry box with square tiles is shown on the right. What is the area of jewelry box lid? So you see the shape is given and is information is given that one square one complete square equals to 1 square decimeter. So the area equals to, so you see here you have to count 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this side is 6 square 6 decimeter, and this side is 1 2 3 4 4 decimeter. So it will be 6 into 4. So then 24 square. So one thing, you student, you check one thing, that is a square centimeter, 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 centimeter. But you see the given information is a decimeter. Might be that question is wrong, because it is possible only then if it's right in the decimeter. Otherwise you convert it in decimeter because it will be in 1 square centimeter. Then the answer D will be correct one, because you see this is a decimeter and this is a centimeter. It's not possible to match any option. So that question it will be, it is a 1 square centimeter. Okay. So next, question number 11. Question number 11, student, this type of question previously I discussed, so I want please you try it. Okay. Next, question number 12. Here also this type of question previously I discussed. Each of the figure you find out the area and perimeter, then you find out which has the greatest area and which has the greatest perimeter. Now question number 13, look at the rectangles given below. So at first you have to find out in Y figure, this figure perimeter at first you find out. So it will be 2 into 10 plus 8. So it will be actually 2 into 18. So it is actually 36 centimeter. And here actually 2 into 8 plus 6. So it will be 2 into 14. So it will be 28 centimeters. So now you have to find out that how much more than the perimeter of rectangle Z. So for this actually you have to subtract. Okay. So like this way, the perimeter of rectangle Y more than the perimeter of the rectangle Z equals to 36 minus 28 centimeters. So it will be 8 centimeter. Okay. So like this way you please you solve this question in your classwork copy. Must you do in your classwork copy. Okay. So next day, student, I want to take one test on this chapter. Okay. So this chapter is very important. So all please finish the 2 exercise question answer in your copy, and whatever worksheet I am providing you, I am noticing one thing, many students you are not submitting. I don't know why, but you take it seriously. This time I will not give you the link again. Whatever response sheet I am day by day I am giving you, you try to finish that worksheet on that day only. No more extension. Okay. So please you do this exercise in your copy. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye. Take care.